The art of fighting without fighting? Show me some of it.
This is mung bean with leather. The leather softens it up. It says mung bean is inside of here, but it's canvas, so the canvas will tear up the hand a little bit more. That's why you stay on here longer. You got to develop the calluses. This is leather, but it's filled with steel balls. Is that here? So it's filled with these steel balls. So only do this one. I would not recommend doing this one unless you are already conditioned. So by that I mean if you've done years of conditioning, yes. But also if you work really heavily with your hands, like a mechanic or a chef, like their hands can probably handle it. But if you're like, I'm not trying to shoot at anybody, but if you do spend a lot of time on the computer, you probably don't want this one. Okay, you're probably not there. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate on this one. Okay, so conditioning your hands is training three things. And we're trying to create impact resistance for our bones, strengthen our tendons, and toughen the skin. So all three things are happening when we condition. So you don't actually hit a conditioning bag the way you punch a person. So if you punch a person, it would look like this. And this is what a punch would look like. That's not conditioning. For conditioning, I want to build isometric tension. I want to hit, and then I create isometric tension by pressing into the bag. That helps to strengthen the tendons. Okay? And so if I'm working, so I'm going to have the first exercise I'm going to have you guys do is just jab and cross. So our hands are going to be up near our head. We extend. We turn the fist over, hitting with the first two knuckles. That's the jab. Notice how my shoulder is up, my chin is low. So I'm not here, I'm here. My free hand is by my face, and I turned my hip into this. Then I'm going to crush the bug on the other side, boom, and hit the cross. Again, notice how the shoulder is up, protecting my jaw. My free hand is protecting my face. Notice the heel down here. I'm hitting only with my first two knuckles. Just these. I want everyone to do this as an exercise so you can see what I'm doing. Just the whole fist. Hit with the whole fist. Cool. Only use your first two knuckles. If you know that it's a lot deeper, that's how we're hitting. We're always only hitting with the first two knuckles. We don't achieve that by bending the wrist. That's not how you achieve it. You achieve it by angling off the shoulder. If you look on this wall, my whole fist is touching. I angle my shoulders, suddenly my fingers aren't touching anymore. Only my first two. So it's not by bending the wrist stays straight. We should know this, right? But I angle off the shoulder. So this is conditioning punches. So see how I hit? I create isometric tension. So I'm not whipping the hand back like we normally would. I lean into it. I'm still hitting fairly hard. How hard you hit will be dependent on your conditioning. If you hit and your wrist immediately gives way, you're going to hurt yourself. So I recommend starting somewhat light and working up to find that line for you. Hey there everybody, Michael Valenti here with the School of Self-Defense, and I couldn't be more excited to announce the completion of a project that we have been working on for a very long time, and that's this right here. It's my new book, Kempo 360, The Beginner's Guide to Self-Defense. Everything within this book will serve as the essentials kit for self-defense. You will learn everything you need to know about the basics of striking with your hands, elbows, knees, feet. You will learn about takedowns and falling safely, as well as pins and submissions. We have information in this book on how to identify a potentially abusive partner, as well as how to de-escalate an aggressive person. And of course, there is a complete history of Kempo that led up to Kempo 360. So what are you guys waiting for? Kempo 360, The Beginner's Guide to Self-Defense, is available to purchase now from Amazon.com. Link is in the description, or just go to Amazon and search Kempo 360, The Beginner's Guide to Self-Defense, written by yours truly, Michael Valenti. Listen, teaching beginners in martial arts has always been one of my deepest passions, and I poured that passion and knowledge into this book, writing it with the beginner in mind.
The goal of this book is simple, that a complete novice could pick this book up, read it from page to page, practice it thoroughly, and be prepared to defend themselves against a bigger, stronger, and more athletic opponent. Don't miss out on this incredible book. If you are a fan of this channel, a fan of martial arts, or just looking to get your feet wet and get involved in the world of martial arts, this is the perfect starting place for you. So head on over to Amazon.com one more time and look for Kempo 360, the beginner's guide to self-defense, then fight on.